Here we go, y'all. This is the story I wish never had to be told. The moment Jason Lee spoke, the air turned heavy, the fans went silent, and even the internet seemed to freeze because what he delivered wasn't gossip or petty drama, it was something far darker. Jason didn't joke, hint, or throw shade. Instead, he revealed a raw truth about the one person everyone thought was safe from the chaos, Chrisean Jr., the baby fans had prayed for, rooted for, and defended since the day he was born. A child growing up under the harshest spotlight imaginable. For months, he had been a symbol of hope in the middle of scandal, the only innocent thing in a world built on mess and betrayal. But Jason's calm, steady tone carried a weight that made everyone realize this wasn't entertainment anymore. This was real life. And the truth he hinted at threatened to shatter everything fans thought they knew. During his live stream, Jason Lee dropped a revelation that shook everyone to their core. According to insiders close to Chrisean's circle, whispers have been growing louder that baby Chrisean Jr.'s health is far more serious than anyone on the outside has been led to believe, that this innocent child may not survive. The reaction was immediate and heartbreaking. Twitter exploded with grief, TikTok filled with tearful videos, prayers, and desperate pleas for a miracle, while Instagram comments overflowed with messages like, "Please, God, not this baby. Protect Chrisean Jr. at all costs." But what made Jason's words cut even deeper was his hint that this wasn't just rumor. He alluded to medical records, private conversations, and a family secret buried for months, truths so painful that even Chrisean herself hadn't found the strength to face them publicly. This wasn't just a story about one baby fighting for his life. It was a story about betrayal, silence, and the crushing weight fame can put on a family already pushed to the edge. For those who followed Chrisean's turbulent journey, filled with love, heartbreak, toxic reconciliations, and public chaos, the tragedy surrounding her son eclipsed everything. From the moment she announced her pregnancy, fans knew it wouldn't be a fairy tale. The father, Blueface, had already made their relationship a spectacle of fights, accusations, and messy social media wars. But nothing could have prepared anyone for this, a crisis so heavy it left the entire industry holding its breath. Through all the chaos, one thing never wavered: Chrisean's love for the child she was carrying. She promised her supporters that no matter how toxic things became with Blueface, she would give baby Chrisean Jr. a better life. But even before his birth, whispers began to spread, rumors about stress, health complications, and whether the baby would be strong enough to survive everything surrounding him. When Chrisean Jr. was finally born, the internet erupted in celebration. For the first time in years, the narrative seemed hopeful. Fans called him her fresh start, the one person who would love her unconditionally. But behind the smiling photos and Instagram posts, insiders claimed the reality was far more tragic. According to Jason Lee, someone with deep ties to Hollywood gossip, private circles were already murmuring about serious health struggles Chrisean Jr. was facing, problems Chrisean herself was not ready to reveal. Jason insisted this wasn't speculation. People close to the family, who had seen the medical battles firsthand, told him the baby's chances of survival were far slimmer than the public believed. Meanwhile, Chrisean's life as a new mother was already a storm before Jason Lee ever spoke a word. From the moment her baby was born, she faced an impossible balancing act, trying to keep her career alive, dealing with the chaos of her relationship with Blueface, and caring for a child whose health seemed more fragile than anyone realized. Fans saw the cracks forming in real time. They watched her cry on live streams, break down mid-interview, and lash out at critics who questioned whether she was ready for motherhood. Each emotional moment only fueled more rumors, with people speculating about what Chrisean might be hiding behind the smiles and Instagram posts. Blueface made everything harder. One day, he appeared supportive, sharing photos like a proud father, and the next, he would post cryptic, cold-hearted tweets that sent the internet into a frenzy. His words left fans horrified, unsure if he even cared about the child at all. Then came his arrest, and suddenly Chrisean was left carrying the weight of the world by herself. There was no partner to lean on, no father figure stepping in to help, just a young mother trying to protect her baby while living under the harshest spotlight imaginable. Insiders claimed the stress was crushing her, that the constant drama, instability, and public scrutiny were affecting not only Chrisean's mental health, but also the baby's well-being. Every rumor, every viral clip, every argument seemed to add more weight to an already unbearable situation. It painted a picture of a mother fighting battles on every front, against the media, against critics, and maybe even against the people closest to her. That is what made Jason Lee's revelation hit so hard. He is not just another blogger chasing clout. In the entertainment world, when Jason speaks, people stop and listen because history has shown that 9 times out of 10, he is telling the truth. His words carry weight, and this time, he was not talking about celebrity drama or messy relationships. He was talking about life and death, about a baby whose future might be hanging by a thread. For fans, it was devastating. They had celebrated the child's birth as a fresh start for Chrisean, a chance for her to finally have someone who loved her unconditionally. But Jason's claims made it clear that behind the curated photos and cheerful captions was a mother drowning in fear, fighting to keep her child alive while the world picked apart her every move. It turned what people thought was a celebrity love story into something far darker, a story about survival, betrayal, and the crushing reality of fame when real lives are at stake. On his live, Jason Lee revealed that doctors had been concerned about baby Chrisean Jr. from the very beginning, hinting at complications during birth and suggesting that Chrisean had been warned her child might require long-term medical care just to survive. The way he said it sent chills through the audience. This baby's fight was far more serious than anyone had realized. Panic erupted instantly. For months, fans believed the worst had passed, that little Junior was getting stronger, that Chrisean had finally found some stability. But Jason's revelation forced them to face a heartbreaking possibility that the baby might not even live to see his future. Blogs, gossip pages, and even mainstream outlets jumped on the story, flooding headlines with phrases like "Jason Lee claims Chrisean Rock's baby in critical condition" and "heartbreak for Chrisean Rock's son." And through it all, Chrisean said nothing. No denial, no response, no pushback. Her silence only fueled the belief that Jason might be telling the truth. Fans demanded answers, torn between hope and fear. Was Jason exaggerating? Or was there a darker reality Chrisean simply couldn't bring herself to admit? Because if he was right, this wasn't gossip, it was a tragedy playing out in real time. Then came the moment that shattered everyone. Jason leaned forward during his live stream, voice low and somber, saying he had spoken to people close to Chrisean who had witnessed everything firsthand, and according to them, Junior's health was indeed in crisis. There was no sarcasm, no shade, no messiness in his tone, just the weight of a devastating truth. He claimed insiders had even leaked private conversations between Chrisean and a close family member, leaving the internet stunned into silence. In one alleged recording, Chrisean was reportedly heard sobbing, saying, "I don't know what else to do. They keep telling me he's not getting stronger. They keep warning me, but I can't lose him. I can't." The audio was never officially verified, but Jason Lee insisted it was real. Fans were shaken. If true, it meant Chrisean had been silently carrying the weight of terrifying news for months, hiding her fear while showing the world a brave smile. Then came Jason's first major bombshell. He claimed he had seen medical documents, not directly in his possession, but shared by a trusted source who allegedly snapped photos. According to Jason, that was only the beginning. The real shocker came when he revealed what the documents showed. Baby Junior had been hospitalized twice. Not once, twice. And one of those hospital stays, Jason claimed, was life-threatening. They thought he wouldn't make it that night, Jason said, his words landing like a punch. That's how. And nobody told you. Nobody told the fans who prayed for him. The internet couldn't breathe. All those cheerful videos of Junior, all those smiling lives Chrisean posted, and behind the scenes, her baby had already fought death itself. The emotional fallout was instant. One viral tweet read, "Imagine loving an artist so much, praying for her baby, and then finding out he almost died, and we never knew." I'm broken. Another wrote, Jason Lee just opened the darkest chapter of Chrisean's life. This isn't gossip. This is heartbreak. For the first time, the fan base wasn't laughing, arguing, or debating. They were grieving. And then Jason left everyone hanging with one final line. I don't even know if I should tell y'all everything, because if I do, you won't sleep tonight. The story surrounding Chrisean Jr. was only growing darker, and it was no longer just about his fragile health. It was about the people around him making choices that could shape whether he survived or not. Jason's first live had already left millions shaken, but when he ended it without another word, the internet erupted with demands for answers. Fans flooded the chat. Jason, don't play with us. If this involves Blueface, just say it. But he stayed silent, leaving everyone with three haunting questions. How serious was Junior's condition? Why had Chrisean hidden it for so long? And who in her circle might be making decisions that endangered the baby's future? The panic spread like wildfire as people waited for Jason's next move. When he finally returned on another live, his eyes locked on the camera, and he declared, "Y'all think this is just about a baby's health? No, this is about betrayal, silence, and a cover-up bigger than anyone realizes." Then came the leaked text messages, allegedly between Chrisean and her mother. In them, Chrisean poured out her fears. Mom, they don't understand. The doctors keep saying he's weak. Every time I think he's getting better, something goes wrong. I can't tell the world. They'll blame me. The supposed replies were cold and direct. Stop posting him so much. Protect him. Blueface doesn't care, but you better. Whether the texts were real or not, they went viral instantly, with fans claiming Chrisean had been crying for help in silence, while her family knew and stayed quiet. Then Jason revealed the second bombshell. Someone inside Chrisean's own circle had been leaking details about Junior's condition to gossip sites, not out of concern, but for cash. Private hospital updates about a sick child, sold for clicks and money. The sense of betrayal hit like a punch to the gut. Jason did not hold back. His words cut deep. Someone she trusts is selling her out. That's the only reason I even know half of this. They wanted a paycheck. Within seconds, fans were furious. Twitter exploded with endless threads, naming names, pointing fingers, and spinning theories. Could it be a cousin? A close friend? Someone on her reality show crew? Suspicion spread like wildfire, and just when things seemed they could not get any messier, Jason claimed Blueface himself had allegedly refused to sign key medical consent papers, documents that could have sped up JR's treatment. According to Jason, Blueface coldly said, "That's on her, not me. I'm not paying for anything unless I know it's serious." Fans lost their minds. Hashtags like #BluefaceMonster and #ProtectChristian trended overnight. One tweet read, "He's choosing money over his son's life. Unforgivable." Another said, "Chrisean's fighting alone. Blueface is the villain here." The backlash got so big that even celebrities weighed in. Summer Walker posted a broken heart emoji with the words, "Protect that baby." Cardi B went live, saying no baby should be suffering. If this is true, it's disgusting. Nicki Minaj liked a tweet that read, "Chrisean doesn't deserve this pain," while Tamar Braxton tweeted, "As mothers, we have to pray for her." No one knows that pain unless you've lived it. But the real bombshell came when Jason revealed that during one of JR's hospital stays, doctors allegedly told Chrisean to prepare for the worst, that if his health did not improve, he might not live to see his second birthday. The internet froze. Not make it past his second birthday, those words shattered people. Comment sections turned into prayer chains, crying emojis, and Bible verses as Jason's voice cracked describing Chrisean living each day like it could be her son's last. Then came his final cliffhanger. Jason leaned forward and said, "Someone very close to Blueface knows the whole truth. And they're about to talk. When they do, everything changes." The internet erupted. Is it his mom? Jason, you can't drop that and leave. But he ended the live right there. No names, no details, just silence. Now, fans are not only heartbroken, they are terrified. Because if Jason is right, Chrisean and JR are not just battling illness. They are trapped in a storm of betrayal, neglect, and family secrets threatening to tear everything apart. The moment Jason dropped that final bomb, timelines turned into battlefields, fan bases clashed, and the entire industry was forced to choose a side, as Rock Nation fans flooded social media with prayers, art, and desperate hope for the truth to come out before it is too late. Support for Chrisean and Baby Jr. poured in like a tidal wave. "We ride for Chrisean, protect Jr. at all costs," one fan wrote, echoing the collective heartbreak. Jason Lee's revelation shattered people. "I'm crying like this is my own family," another admitted. But as emotions flooded timelines, critics came for Jason hard. They accused him of crossing an unforgivable line. "This isn't gossip," one comment read. "This is a child's life. Jason needs to stop. He's turning tragedy into clicks." Social media told the story of division in real time. Hashtags like #PrayForChristian, #JasonWentTooFar, and #CancelBlueface trended side by side, painting a picture of chaos. TikTok became ground zero for the emotional meltdown. Clips of fans sobbing while listening to Jason's words racked up millions of views. Creators pieced together old videos of Chrisean's emotional breakdowns with Jason's new claims, captioning them, "She's been crying for help this whole time." One TikTok, now at over 15 million views, showed Baby Jr.'s smiling face set against soft piano music and Jason's haunting line. They told her he might not make it past his second birthday. The comment sections turned into digital prayer circles. Tears, emojis, and desperate pleas for a miracle filled every thread. But the backlash grew just as fast. "This isn't tea. This is trauma. Stop playing God," some creators fired back, accusing Jason of exploiting pain for clout. Instagram became a battleground. Under Chrisean's posts, fans flooded her comments with love and prayers, while Jason's page split down the middle, half thanking him for speaking out, the other half demanding he stop. Celebrities weighed in too. Summer Walker reposted the prayer hashtag with broken heart emojis. Cardi B went live, nearly in tears, saying, "I know we messy out here, but this is a baby. Y'all pray for that baby." Meek Mill tweeted, "If you're a dad and not stepping up for your kid, you're not a man. Period." But others pushed back on Jason directly. Whack 100 slammed him on Clubhouse. "You don't use a baby for clout. That's a line you don't cross." Even Kiki Palmer tweeted, "Protect Black women. Protect Black children. Period." Meanwhile, mainstream media pounced. TMZ ran with the headline, "Jason Lee says Chrisean and Jr.'s life at risk," while Rolling Stone asked, "Did Jason Lee go too far?" And the Shade Room fanned the flames, posting Jason's clip with the caption, "Prayers up for Baby Jr." Within a single day, the story exploded. Over 100,000 comments flooded social media, while podcasts and radio shows dissected every word. On The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne called it the hardest truth told in the harshest way, while DJ Envy shook his head, saying, "There's no undoing this." That baby's story is out there forever. Behind the scenes, the industry was sharply divided. Some insiders claimed Jason was courageous, exposing the silent suffering that fame often hides, while others accused him of crossing the one line you never cross: children. Rumors swirled that Chrisean's management team was weighing legal action, exploring whether Jason's revelations about alleged medical records broke privacy laws. Jason laughed it off, taunting, "You can't see the truth," but the legal whispers only intensified the drama. Then came the real twist. Insiders hinted Jason might not be the only one holding receipts. Another major media figure allegedly had their own stash of leaked information about Chrisean Jr. and was waiting for the perfect moment to drop it. The possibility of a second bombshell sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans begged for calm, but deep down, they knew the storm was only beginning. This was no longer just Jason versus Chrisean's pain. It was Jason, the fans, the industry, the media, and a looming threat of someone even bigger stepping in. And the most haunting question remained whether Chrisean herself would finally break her silence or let the chaos rage on without answers. Jason Lee had already shaken the internet to its core, but what came next turned heartbreak into pure chaos. He did not stop at leaked texts, insider whispers, or cryptic warnings. On a late-night live stream, Jason leaned closer to the camera, voice trembling, whether from nerves or for dramatic effect. No one could tell. "This isn't just about Junior being sick," he said softly. "This is about why he's sick. And you all need to understand, someone in that house made choices that put him in danger." The comment section erupted instantly. Was he accusing Chrisean? Blueface? Someone else entirely? Jason refused to name names, but stood firm. "I've heard things, seen things," he continued. "This baby wasn't just unlucky. He was failed." Then came the most chilling part. Jason hinted that medical staff had allegedly raised red flags during Junior's earliest hospital visits, but those warnings were ignored. According to Jason, a nurse reportedly begged the family to get specialized treatment immediately, but arguments, delays, and behind-the-scenes disagreements cost critical time. "Somebody chose pride over action," Jason said gravely. "And when the real documents come out, you'll see I'm not lying. They exist." The implication hit like a lightning bolt. Was this negligence, not just illness, behind Junior's struggles? Jason then dragged Blueface deeper into the storm, suggesting his absence and refusal to act had real consequences. "When you care more about your image than your child," Jason snapped, "you don't deserve to call yourself a father." The backlash exploded. Fans demanded Chrisean cut ties completely, declaring, "Your baby can't survive with him around." And as if that was not enough, Jason claimed even Chrisean's own family was divided, hinting at a rift tearing them apart from within.